If I only had one day in Cadaqués, Spain, this is exactly how I'd spend it. I live in Barcelona and recently visited Cadaqués on the Costa Brava, and in this video, I'm going to take you through the perfect one-day itinerary, including the prettiest streets, the best viewpoints, where to eat, and a few tips to help you make the most of your visit. This itinerary works well if you're visiting Cadaqués on a day trip from Barcelona or another nearby town, because with a good plan, you can easily see the main highlights in one day. Cadaqués is one of the most beautiful places to visit on the Costa Brava, with whitewashed buildings, blue shutters, fishing boats, crystal clear water, and sea views everywhere you look. You could easily spend a few days here, but if you only have one day, this is the itinerary I'd follow. Here's exactly how I'd plan out the day step by step so everything flows smoothly. First, I'd start the day at the Church of Santa Maria because this is one of the main landmarks in Cadaqués, and you can see it in so many photos of the town. It sits up on the hill, so you'll need to walk uphill to get there, but it's worth it. From the outside, the church looks pretty simple, but it's free to go inside, which makes it an easy first stop. And before you leave, make sure to step out onto the balcony area in front of the church. This is one of the best viewpoints in Cadaqués, with the white buildings, terracotta rooftops, and the coastline all in front of you. Next, I'd spend some time wandering through the old town. This is honestly one of the best parts of visiting Cadaqués. You don't need a strict route here. Just walk slowly, take your time, and see what you come across. The streets are filled with whitewashed buildings, blue shutters, flowers, little stairways, and sea views between the houses. And some of the streets have gorgeous pink flowers hanging overhead. You're probably going to want to stop every few seconds to take photos. After exploring the town center, I'd head down to the waterfront for a walk along the promenade. This is where you really get that classic Cadaqués view with the small beaches, fishing boats, restaurants, and the white buildings wrapping around the bay. As you walk, make sure to stop by the Salvador Dalí statue. Dalí had a strong connection to Cadaqués, so you'll notice his influence in different parts of town. Next, I'd stop in front of Casa Sariñana, which is a beautiful modernist house right by the waterfront and one of the town's most famous buildings. You can't go inside, so this is a quick stop, but I still think it's worth seeing. I'd also make time to walk over to one of the most famous photo spots in Cadaqués, where a pine tree frames the coastline and the whitewashed town in the background. It's a short walk from the center and one of the best views in town. After that, I'd walk over to the Salvador Dalí House Museum in Port Ligat. This is about a 15-minute walk from the town center, but just be prepared because there are some steep hills and stairs along the way. This museum is different from the Dalí Theater Museum in Figueres. This is the actual house where Salvador Dalí lived for many years. The most important thing to know is that you need to book tickets in advance if you want to tour the inside of the house. When I visited, house tickets were already sold out, but I was still able to buy a ticket on site for the gardens, and I really enjoyed that. The gardens have the swimming pool, olive grove, giant eggs, and all these quirky outdoor spaces that feel very eccentric. So even if you can't get a ticket for the house, I'd still check to see if garden tickets are available. I've included the link to the official website in the video description. After visiting Port Ligat, I'd head back into town for lunch by the waterfront. There are a lot of restaurants facing the bay, so this is a nice time to sit down, take a break, and enjoy the view. I ate at Nordest and really enjoyed it because the menu had a good mix of local dishes and other options. But there are lots of really nice lunch restaurants to choose from along the waterfront. After lunch, I'd spend a little time shopping around town. Cadaqués has some really cute boutiques, and you'll find straw bags, jewelry, home decor, clothing, souvenirs, and small gifts. If you're visiting in summer, I'd also try and spend part of the afternoon relaxing at the beach. The beaches in Cadaqués are nice and very easy to reach because they're right in town, but to be honest, they're not the absolute best beaches I've seen on the Costa Brava. The water is beautiful, but the shore is a bit rocky, so I definitely bring water shoes. I'd also bring your own towel, sunscreen, and anything else you need because the town beaches are more casual. At the end of the day, I'd grab gelato and take one last walk along the waterfront. There are several gelato shops near the water to choose from. It's the perfect way to end your day in Cadaqués. I also want to quickly mention a few other things you could add if you have more time. First, there's Cap de Creus National Park, which is just outside of Cadaqués and is known for its rocky coastline, hiking trails, and sea views. One of the main highlights is the lighthouse, which sits at the easternmost point of mainland Spain. It's harder to reach without a car, but you can book tours from the waterfront or take the tourist tram from the center. You could also visit the Cadaqués Museum if you want to learn more about the town's connection to art and local artists. And in summer, there are also boat tours, kayaking, snorkeling, and paddleboarding if you want to spend more time on the water. Next, let's go over a few tips to help you make the most of your day in Cadaqués. First, I'd recommend starting early, especially if you're visiting on a day trip. Cadaqués gets busier as the day goes on, especially in summer, and there's more to see than you might expect. Next, make sure to book your Salvador Dalí House Museum tickets as early as possible. You can't just show up and buy house tickets at the door, so this is one thing you really need to plan ahead. Another thing to know is that Cadaqués has some hills and stairs, especially if you're walking to Port Ligat. Wear comfortable shoes because you'll be walking a lot. If you plan to swim, bring water shoes. The beaches are a bit rocky, and having water shoes will make getting in and out of the sea much easier. And finally, be prepared for the winding mountain roads on the way to Cadaqués. They actually weren't as bad as I was expecting, but you definitely need to be cautious while driving. Overall, I think one day in Cadaqués is enough to see the main highlights, especially if you follow a plan like this. You can wander through the old town, visit the Salvador Dalí House Museum, and enjoy time by the water. Cadaqués is one of the prettiest towns I've visited in Spain, and even though it takes a little more effort to get there, I think it's definitely worth it. I'd recommend it if you love pretty streets, coastal views, art, slow wandering, and seaside lunches. Don't forget to check the video description for any links mentioned in the video. I also have a free Spain packing list you can grab as well. Thanks so much for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more Spain travel tips and reviews.